In this video, guys, I'm going to show you how you can use Microsoft Word and PowerPoint to build a 20 slide deck in under 10 minutes to tell a compelling story. Now in this short video, I'm going to show you how you can use Microsoft Word and PowerPoint to build a 20 slide deck that takes your audience on a compelling journey or on whatever subject you like. But when you start to write your PowerPoint presentation, you need to start in Word. And really, where you need to start with is a compelling story. Now for me, a compelling story is going to have a character or hero with a problem who meets a guide, gives them a plan, calls them to action, helps them avoid failure, and hopefully ends in success. And that's what I'm going to do here. Now, I'm not going to go into the elements of my story. My story is all about someone called Barry Wand who wants to do well at fantasy football. But the purpose of this is just to show you how you can quickly create a slide deck using Word. So I've got Word open with the elements of a good story. I'm just going to do a Control A and delete. I'm going to delete that. And then I'm going to go up to View and I'm going to choose Outline View. Now you can see there I've got a Send to Microsoft PowerPoint option. Cool, that's awesome. Just what we need. If that Send to PowerPoint option isn't there, you can add it in, right? And you can do that. You go up to File, all the way down to Options. Let the option screen come up. Go to the Quick Access ribbon, and you can see there we've got popular commands. Now I can hit this drop down. Then we go Customize ribbon. Even that's what I want to go to. So you've got main tabs there. There's a blog post, and there's an insert, and then there's outline. Right, and this is my outline view, and you can see I've got PowerPoint in there. Now if it's not there, you can go to the Choose from Commands drop down, select on all. Right, that'll put all the commands in. Then you scroll all the way down. We're looking for S and Send to PowerPoint. Right, so it is Send to PowerPoint. You can add that into the outlining section, and it'll give you this button there, so you can send your outline to PowerPoint, and we'll need that when we've created our initial outline. So by using the outline feature in Word, there are different levels. Now if you've got level 1, when we hit that Send to PowerPoint button, all the level 1 headings are going to be a new slide in PowerPoint. All the level 2 will be main bullet points, and level 3s will be sub bullet points. So we can build this slide deck really, really quickly. Now I'm going to call my story, as I said, is all about fantasy football data, but that's kind of irrelevant for the purposes of this. I'm just going to paste this in here to save typing. Right, so I've got fantasy football using the data is my first slide, and then slide 2, and I'll put some nice stuff around that. Correct my spelling. All right, having a successful fantasy football season is my third point. Now I want a sub bullet here. All right, and we're going to say Barry Wand wants to try. Barry's the character in my story. Wants to try and have a good season. All right, and we drop down one, and we can go back out. So that's 2 slides done. All right. And we're going to say that Barry hasn't done very well in previous seasons. Right, she has some problems. Right, so our character's got some problems. If transfers go wrong, right, players that she brings in, they don't score very many points, or they end up playing against teams that are hard to score against. Right, so players come in. Now Barry, she's seen the film Moneyball, she's read some books on data analysis and so on and so forth. She wants to use the Moneyball approach to pick her side, and you can do that in Fantasy Premier League. It's actually all just about the data. Right, so using this Moneyball approach, we can use the data to better select our side. So now we're down to sort of 6 slides there, each with a sub-heading and a bullet point. Right, now in our story, there's some PowerShell options we can use, so we can automate lots of this stuff. And Barry being a data professional, this is all very exciting for her. So there's some PowerShell in there. We can use PowerShell, right, to say we're going to hit up the Fantasy Premier League API, so we can retrieve some of this data. I'm just going to paste this in there. All right, and we look at how we can do that using PowerShell. And then we're going to move on to our favourite analytical tool, Power BI. Paste this in here. I could Control V it. So we're going to Power BI. We're going to visualize. Let me spell it right. Visualize and analyze the data to better choose our players. Right, and then we're going to load our data. We're going to bring our data into Power BI. Right, and at this point, we're probably going to look at Power Query. Right, so it's worth having a sub bullet there for that. Then we're likely to build ourselves a model. So that's going to be our next slide, and we will probably use a star schema. So we'll pop this in here as well. Alright, so I'm just going to paste this in there. I'm building up my outline as I'm going. I'm going to make sure I spell it right. So I'll use the spell check. Right, probably use a star schema. Then we're going to build some visuals. We're going to look for patterns in the data. We're going to make our selection, right? Not hunches. And then we're going to talk about what we need to win the Fantasy Premier League. Alright, so we're going to need to know things like last year's winning score. Might be worth looking at previous year's winning scores as well. Alright, then we might look at what you need to win a local league. Alright, so who won your friend's competition? Your friend's leagues last year, and what score? Right. Spell it right. There we go. Then we're probably going to look at how we can refresh this data on a weekly basis. Using this, our analytics in Power BI and the visuals we've created, it should help us go on to have a successful season. And then right at the end of this story, alright, talk about refreshing the data, how you can have a successful season, hopefully result in Bury winning the league, and then right at the end we're going to end in success, and hopefully we're going to encourage people to come and join in our league. So there is my outline in Word. Now we still don't have a set of PowerPoint slides to present this story, so this is where we go and hit up our Send to PowerPoint option. Click. And then look at that. Right, Send to PowerPoint. We have our top headings, fantasy football using the data. Then we can use the sort of design ideas in here to help us come up with some stuff. So fantasy football using the data. Let's see what it does. Oh yeah, I like that one. That's pretty cool. Having a successful season. We'll design some of these things. Bury wants to try and have a good season. She hasn't done very well previously. Alright, we can use some of these in here, all the while helping us put together this compelling story. Alright, players come in that don't score very many points, but we're going to be worried about that. We have Moneyball in there. Now for this one, I am going to want to get a custom chart, so I can go up to PowerPoint now and go to design. Sorry, inserts where I want to go. My bad. I'm going to go pictures, and I'm going to say online pictures, and then from here I'm going to search for PowerShell. I'm going to leave the Creative Commons box ticked so I can use these without any comeback on licensing. I'll leave that there, see where it designs for us. I like that. Right. I think I like the first one, we'll go with that. Then we're going to look at Power BI, so I'm going to insert again. I'm going to get an online picture, and this time I'm going to look for Power BI. See what we get here. Fabulous. We just choose the Power BI option. It'll bring that in. I like that. And then we're going to bring data into Power BI here. We're going to build ourselves a model like this one. I'm going to build some visuals. Go with the compass. I'm going to look for patterns in our data. Nice little graph there. Make a team selection based on the data, or something like a Venn diagram to show how our data is related. Winning scores from previous years. What you need to win the league. Put the little cup in there. It looks good. How you can refresh the data, we just leave that like nothing too dramatic in there. Ends in success. Win the league. And now we've got our congratulations and try our luck in our league. Alright, we'll put the dice in there. We have got a 20 slide PowerPoint deck based on the story that I'm going to tell, and we've come up with that in a really quick time. In this video, guys, I'm going to show you how you can use Microsoft Word and PowerPoint to build a 20 slide deck in under 10 minutes to tell a compelling story.